What's up, everyone? Hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be giving you the top 10 long range loadouts for Warzone 3 that you can be using right now. Now, if you've been here the last week, you know I'm just now getting over the flu and things like that, so I'm still sounding a little, well, like this. So thank you for all the love on the videos and all that kind of stuff and all your good wishes and things like that, because we are feeling better, baby. We just sound like absolute garbage. Although I could talk like this if I wanted to, but we're not going to do that. We got a lot of fun loadouts for you today, including a zero recoil build that's actually zero recoil and not just zero recoil. We got a surprise update yesterday for Warzone 3 and it broke a weapon and it's gonna be fun. Let's get into it. So for this first set of loadouts, we got the DG58 LSW, which I still absolutely love, and then the MCW. The MCW is more for resurgence only, 30 to 40 meter range. It still absolutely slaps and is a lot of fun to run. For this DG58 LSW, we're gonna go with the VT7 Spiritfire Suppressor L, the Bruin Heavy Support Grip Underbarrel. I like the high grain rounds here, Slate Reflector Sight or the Choreo Eagle's Eye 2.5 times sight. Show this to you guys in the firing range. It's got a lot of more gun kick to it now, but still very controllable recoil, and it still kind of slaps. Then for that MCW, I put on the Sonic Suppressor, the 16-inch Cyclone Long Barrel, the Bruin Heavy Support Grip Underbarrel, the 60-round drum, and the Choreo Eagle's Eye 2.5 times scope. Show this to you here in the firing range. There's just very, very little recoil on this weapon, and like I said, you mix in some headshots here, the thing absolutely is cooking. Next up, I got a lot of requests for this one, which is the Sidewinder. It hits pretty hard, but it's very unforgiving because if you miss shots, it only has 30 rounds, so you can't miss a lot of shots with this weapon. But if you're interested, the VT7 Spiritfire Suppressor L, Tempest Predator Precision Barrel, the Bruin Heavy Support Grip Underbarrel, the MK3 Reflector Sight, and I like the 30-round drum. Now, a lot of people say, why not put the Jack Thunder LMG kit on there, which speeds up the fire rate? The problem is it doesn't speed up the fire rate until after like 8 shots. And if you're taking 8 shots before you're hitting a shot on your enemy, you're gonna have problems, and that's what a lot of people won't tell you, and that's why it's not worth running, in my opinion. But this one, however, does feel pretty good. Recoil is pretty controllable, but again, you're missing some of the shots because of the slow fire rate. But at mid-range, man, you're definitely usable. Next, I have everyone's pretty much favorite, the Bass B, but I made one small change on it, which is the muzzle. I put the Sonic Suppressor L to try to give it a little bit more damage. And then I have the Chimera Ryan 03 vertical grip, along with the Bruin Venom long barrel, of course. I like the Choreo Eagle's Eye 2.5 times scope, and you need that 45 round mag. Let me show this to you guys here in the firing range. Again, it's pretty easy to control, but out at range, it gets a little harder to control when it comes to that recoil. That recoil is real tough out at range. Might be even worth putting that Jack BFB back on there, but it is going to take away from the bullet velocity on it, so it'll decrease that damage range. But up to you there. Next is the Meta SVA 545. It still hasn't been touched, and in single tap mode, you're going to want to run it like that. It's just so good. And then the Ram 7 did get a nerf, but it's not that big of a nerf. I think it's number 3 or number 4 in my opinion on any kind of chart. So for the SVA 545, still going with the VT7 Spiritfire Suppressor, the STV Precision Barrel, the high grain rounds, the 60 round mag, and the Choreo Eagle's Eye 2.5 times scope. Again, put this thing in single fire mode, just spam this mess out of it. It just doesn't move. It is one of our other no recoil weapons. It just doesn't move no matter how many times you tap. So for the Ram 7, I put back on the VT7 Spiritfire Suppressor. You can run the cast as brake if you want. This is the one I would switch off for if you want a little bit more recoil control. Jack BFB just takes off too much bullet velocity, so it really lowers that TTK. So run the cast as brake or the VT7 Spiritfire Suppressor here. I like the Cronin Headwind Long Barrel still. Bruin Heavy Support Grip to really hone in that horizontal recoil control. The HVS 3.4 pad and the 60 round drum. I don't have too much trouble controlling the recoil when it comes to this VT7 Spiritfire Suppressor. Still very manageable and really ups that TTK quite a bit, even at range. Compared to the Bass B, this is a piece of cake to control. Then for your snipers, your 2 snipers, you want to run that R1 shot or the CAD AMR and the 1-shot XRK. XRK is out to 50.8 meters, can get up to 80 meters, I believe. But the one I have for you is 50.8 meters is the max like 1-shot damage range, which is perfect for resurgence. You don't need anything longer than that unless you're really going across map shots. But the CAD AMR is solid as well. So we're gonna go with the Sonic Suppressor XL muzzle for the CAD AMR, the Zang 34 barrel, the Razor Hawk laser light, the high velocity ammo, and the ephemeral quick bolt. And then for the XRK Stalker, I like the Sonic Suppressor XL muzzle, the Fission 60 barrel, the high grain rounds here. I like the Forge Tag Delta sight and the Helix LV light stock. And this thing really has really good ADS speed and just is a lot of fun to run, especially on Resurgence. For our next two loadouts, I've got the Pulmiet LMG, still very fun to run, very good, still very much top 5 meta in my opinion, along with the MTZ 762. Again, this was my main before the buff yesterday to our weapon that we're going to talk about here in just a minute. This was the weapon that I was going into ranked with because it does do 56 damage to the head if you mix in headshots and like a high 40s for the neck and upper body. So this was still very good. Only thing drawing it back was the 30 round mag, but luckily I saved the glitch where it does save the 40 round mag on there. I don't believe you can do it anymore, but if you were smart enough to save the glitch into like a blueprint, you have it. And at least for now, until they actually fix the actual blueprints. So for that Pulmiet, we went with the Sonic Suppressor L. Give this thing a little bit more damage, trying to make up for the nerfs it has gotten. The Bruin Heavy Support Grip Underbarrel, the Choreo Eagle's Eye 2.5 times scope. And in order to get this Command D15 recoil reduction stock, all you have to do is apply the Jack and Iron bullpup kit and then go attach the Command D15 recoil reduction stock. Like I said, just super easy to control. One of the lowest recoil weapons in the game. Just a lot of fun to run. Then for that MTZ 762, we want to run with the VT7 Spiritfire Suppressor L, the MTZ Precision Blackthorn Barrel, the Bruin Heavy Support Grip Underbarrel, Choreo Eagle's Eye 2.5 times scope, and the 40 round mag or the 30 round mag if you didn't save out the glitched loadout that I showed you 2 weeks ago. But this thing, again, it still absolutely slaps. A lot of fun to run. Boom. It's just so good. Next, we have the new BP50 AR, which is absolutely meta. Only thing drawing that back is its 45 round mag, but still it absolutely crushes it. Actually doesn't have a high damage profile, but I think because of the low recoil and the fast fire rate, it's very much in the meta. And then we have the TAC Evolver, which they just buffed again yesterday, but now it literally has no recoil. I'll show you some gameplay of it, and then I'll show you some stuff in the firing range real quick. That's probably going to blow your mind. So for that BP50, we're going to go with the VT7 Spiritfire Suppressor, the Lore 9 Heavy Barrel, the Bruin Heavy Support Grip Underbarrel, the Choreo Eagle's Eye 2.5 times scope. And again, it only has a 40 round or 45 round mag, so kind of sucks there, but again, it's still very good. Like, pretty easy to control recoil, but mid-range, man, mid-range is so solid. Mid-range and short range is perfect. So if you're running this thing, it's perfect as sniper support. Perfect sniper support weapon. Then for that TAC Evolver, I'm going with the VT7 Spiritfire Suppressor L. Then I've got the high grain rounds on this thing, the Chimera Rhine 03 vertical grip. Now they did buff the 5.56 rounds, but you don't need that. Save that magazine slot and run the stock that's going to help your firing aim stability more. And then I've got the Choreo Eagle's Eye 2.5 times scope. Let's hop in the firing range. I'll show you what I'm talking about. As you can see, I already did the recoil test here, but I'll do it again for you over here. After about 3 or 4 shots, it just stops. I'm not doing anything. And you've got 100 rounds of that. Absolutely wild. So we'll just go boom, and we'll just keep firing because there's no recoil. Absolutely insane. Y'all are gonna have so much fun with this. It's gonna be insane, dude. And I'm gonna show you gameplay of this, and I literally just sat here and I loaded it into a quads game. It didn't give me any teammates, go figure, but I just sat here and played with this team, like this one team of 4 all around the winery in Fortune's Keep. They couldn't catch up to me, and every time they got close, I just hit them with this thing, dude. It was so much fun. Enjoy the gameplay. If you like the video, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that noti bell so you don't miss another video like this or like any of these. We'll see you in the next one. That's wild. That is wildly good. Jeez. Yeah.